Motivacity. Hi, this is Kennedy Wanga from King Wanga Motivacity. When you go to YouTube, dial King Wanga Motivacity, you'll always find me there. Subscribe to my YouTube channel where we can always find motivation, talk to each other, advise each other, and tell each other great stuff. This kind of a person, I do say I'm a motivational speaker. Where do I get my motivational talks? The motivations that I give are based on my life experiences, the things that I have been exposed to. Life can drive you to a certain direction till you ask yourself, like, what? Is it really me? So I've gone to such point, and I've gone through a lot. I've been exposed to a lot. I've had a lot of experiences, and now today I'm talking to young people who are still where I was, and I'm like, I don't want you to get to that end, Well, today I want to talk about patience. Patience is virtue. And most of us today, we have failed because we lacked patience. In Swahili, they say subra huvutia heri. So most of us have failed because we lacked patience. We couldn't hold on just a little, and that's why we end up failing. Some of us, as we are growing up, like me, at some point, I felt like, no, I want to be independent, At my early 20s, I was like, you know what? I should get a wife. I should get married and settle. I thought it was just something like a joyriding thing, So I was like, okay, you know what, Dad? I want to get married. I just want to have my own rules, I'm so tired of being under your rules. Your rules sucks, So I was like, this issue, like by 6 p.m. you're supposed to be in the house. I was like, okay, by 6 p.m. I'm supposed to be in the house, and I'm looking at my peers out there, and they're like partying until 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and therefore I'm also like, I want to party. I want to have fun. I want to have that kind of independence whereby I can come to my house with my girlfriend, do all those crazy stuff. And so I was like, and that time I think I was in college. That is the moment I was just getting into college, and therefore I was kind of, you know what? I want to have fun, and daddy and mommy, they are denying me this stuff, So I wasn't patient. So sometimes we lose a lot. We lose a lot because we lack patience. If only we can wait until the right time, I'm telling you, things can happen great in your life. And the good thing is that whenever you realize that, okay, I made a mistake, there's nothing wrong with starting again. There's nothing wrong with going back to square one and start again. There's nothing wrong with that. That is the best decision you can ever make. Going back to square one, apologizing to those people that you've wronged, getting a fresh start, Don't feel like, oh, what will people say about me? It's not about what people say about you. It's what you say about yourself and what God says about you. That is what matters a lot. And therefore, young people, they lack patience. Not only young people, but there are some adults also who lack patience. We cannot wait. But I want to inform you today that it's worth the wait. Yes, I know the rules might be so tough. I know your parents are very crazy. They have strict rules. Let me not call them crazy rules, because those are the rules that are molding us to become better people of tomorrow. And therefore, I would say they have strict rules. Your parents have strict rules, not that they hate you, but they want you to become a better person tomorrow. Your people or at your work, there are some rules. When you go against these rules, you get into a disciplinary committee. You know, uh, it has happened to me, both at home, at work. You have to get to the disciplinary point whereby, like, they tell you, like, okay, you did this and you did that and you did that. Why did you do this? You know. And now we are going to deduct some money. We are going to deduct some money from your salary because you did a wrong thing. So this is to discipline you so that you don't do it again. So we lose a lot. We end up failing because we want quick things. Quick things, my friends, are dangerous. I was taught about the story of the prodigal son who decided to leave his father's home and asked his father to give him his portion of inheritance so that he can go and have his own independent life. And the father did not deny him. The father gave him the inheritance and he went. He started partying with the girls, sleeping around with sluts, and spending money on fake friends until at the end of the day, all he finished all he had. To a point, he went to feed the swine, and as he was feeding the swine, he was eating the swine's food. So the swine's feed. So that's what he was feeding on. So he, let me say feed, not food. So while this was taking place, and the prodigal son asked himself, like, wow, in my father's house there are so many servants and they are feeding well, they are eating well more than I, they are fed well more than I. Why should I feed with swine? And therefore he decided to go back to his father's house. Sometimes we have to be very careful with the decisions that we are making. The strict rules that are there, they're there to mold us into something great, into a great person. That is why these strict rules are there. Let us have patience to wait for our time. When our time comes, we'll find ourselves in a position whereby you will do what you want. But you will realize that doing what you want will be so difficult because you will not be in a position to do so. We thought, when I was young, I used to think like being independent is very wonderful. It's kind of awesome stuff. But when I grew up and got to a point whereby I have a family and I'm the one now who have to provide, damn, I was like, I should get back to my father's house where you were getting everything for free that you're not working for, And here you have to provide. You are now getting into your father's position. You get to a point where now you realize, okay, you mean my dad was going through all this, So that's why they were molding us with strict rules, so that we can be better people tomorrow, so that tomorrow we can be great people doing great stuff. Let us not get tired. Let us have patience. We will go through a lot, I know, but all it requires is patience. Giving up is not an option. Patience is virtue. Be patient. Time is coming. You'll have the power and you'll have the position to do all these things that you want to do. What if you get out your father's house? You're not financially stable. You cannot bring up yourself. You cannot, as in, take care of yourself, because out here what you require is money. So when you're young, you're thinking like you should party, you should be with girls and all that. Be very careful with women. Women have destroyed kings and kingdoms, and therefore you have to be very, very careful, because they'll come for you and they will act like they are so much deeply in love with you until they ensure they destroy you. They will gain while you're losing. Be very careful in every decision you make, in everything you do. Have a wonderful time. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, King Wanga Motivacity. You can always find me again on TikTok, where we also have a lot of fun at Mfalme 56. Kuja huko tukutane, ama niaje?